Greetings and salutations for part 3. Alright, I had something else that was on my mind that I kind of wanted to see what you guys think. So by all means, drop me some messages in the comments and give me your feedback too. I'm curious. Here's what I was wondering. So you'll see a lot of posts on Facebook about narcissism and empaths and how empaths tend to attract narcissists. But what if you thought you were an empath for a while and you definitely were, involved with a few narcissists in your time with those failed relationships that just rack themselves up like dominoes. Oof. But what if when you're looking at like the checklist for, what narcissists, the definition of them is, and even though you thought you were most of the time an empath, you kind of realize, shit, I do some of those things too. So I'm curious, is it possible to be both? So that's one question. Another question are narcissistic traits ever a positive? Most of the time, narcissism is seen as this huge, toxic, unhealthy quality to have in a relationship, which, yeah, can't argue that. But are there times where occasional narcissistic traits are actually beneficial? Like a certain level of vanity, a certain level of self-confidence. Sometimes you need a little bit to be ambitious and to move forward and to, avoid falling into the pitfalls of shame and guilt and so forth. So sometimes I kind of wonder, like, are some of those traits that they have sometimes useful? It's kind of a curious question. And then another question I had, I have so many. You can tell my overthinking hamster wheel brain totally never stops. Like, literally. So let's see if I can figure it out. The other question I had was, when dealing with empaths and narcissists, is you think you're the empath attracting the narcissist time after time after time again. Yes, now I do remember my question. Totally milking it for time there. When you think you're an empath, you think you feel a vibration of what they're not saying. They're not sharing. Most of the time you have to trust, what are they willing to share and when, and you have to just deal with the facts. And sometimes when you're dealing with relationships, people are hiding things, and it's kind of the unfortunate truth is they're concealing, the lies of omission, if you will. What do you do with when you feel that you're 99% sure that there's something they're not saying? Do you act upon it nonetheless? Do you continue to wait patiently for when they're ready to just fess up or share? What do you do with that? So those are my questions for you guys tonight. For whoever is willing to comment and drop me a line and, give me your thoughts on those topics. I am genuinely curious to see what you think. All right. Good night. Have a lovely, lovely rest of your week, and take care. All the best, you always.